Bayes University is in a league of its own. We're all about our people, processes, and technology.
Bayes is one of the highly rated universities in Nigeria in terms of product quality standards.
We don't just produce graduates, but groom people into employers of labor.
And it has made us understand that learning is all about three things. We learn, we unlearn, and we relearn.
Bayes University Hospital offers a range of specialized services equipped with the latest technology, manned by a team of trusted professionals. And now, our vision extends beyond our walls with the Baba Ahmed University in Kano following our lead. Join us at Bayes University and invest in your future today.
Bayes University is the institution that you will get the best value for money education in Nigeria.
Bayes University. Learn to live.
On Global News Express, Senate passes 70,000 Naira new minimum wage bill. Tinubu seeks amendment of Police Act. On the foreign scene, Uganda mobilizes police ahead of rally. Death toll from Ethiopia, landslide rises to 146. And in sports, Diego Maradona's iconic March won 1986 World Cup semi-final shirt is set to go up for auction. Andy Murray to retire after Paris Olympics. Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to the News Express on Global Television. We're coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Queen Agaba. We'd like to remind you that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365. The Senate has passed a bill to amend the National Minimum Wage Act of 2019 to increase the national minimum wage from 30,000 naira to 70,000 naira. The bill passed by the Senate also includes a provision to decrease the interval for reviewing the national minimum wage from every 5 years to every 3 years, among other related matters. President Bola Tinubu has transmitted the Police Act Amendments Bill 2024 to the House of Representatives for consideration. The Speaker, Tajuddin Abbas, who disclosed this, read the President's letter on the floor of the Green Chamber during plenary. The executive bill proposes amendments to the Principal Act, specifically targeting the tenure provisions of the Inspector General of Police. A new Nigerian People's Party lawmaker at Kano State House of Assembly, Abdul Majid Umar, was beaten up by a mob at an event attended by the 15th Emir of Kano, Aminu Ado Bayero. Umar, a lawmaker representing Gwale local government area, was attacked by some members of his constituency in the Goron Duse area. The lawmaker said the deposed Emir and the police rescued him from the mob. The Nigeria Labour Congress has issued a warning against any attempt to suppress Nigerians' fundamental right to express their views, particularly in the light of the planned nationwide protest. The NLC therefore called on the government to engage the protesters constructively rather than resorting to measures that could undermine citizens' rights to voice their grievances. The Labour Union also called on President Bola Tinubu to listen to the cries of Nigerians over hunger and widespread hardship in the country. The Defense Police Officers' Wives Association, Ogogo Musa, says the association is committed to serving and supporting those in need, especially internally displaced persons. She made this known while distributing relief items to internally displaced persons at Durumi IDP camp in Abuja. Kikiela Mokere has details.
Of Durumi IDP camp are made up of 330 households, 70% of whom are women and children from Borno, Adamawa and Yobe states, displaced by insurgents in the northeast. President, Defense Police Officers' Wives Association, Ogogo Musa, says medical outreach and the relief material is in commemoration of her birthday to identify with the less privileged.
To mark my special day, but also to demonstrate our commitment to serving and supporting those in need. To the internally displaced persons here today, I want to assure you that we see through your struggles, we hear your stories, and we are dedicated to helping you in any little way we can.
The women leader Durumi IDP camp applauds the DPOA president for her kind gesture.
Body, her face are shining because of the goods that she bring for us. She give us health, and she give us food, and she put smile on our face, on our children's face. So we are so glad, we are so happy, we are happy for her.
Other items distributed includes 90 bags of rice, 10 bags of gari, 10 bags of guinea corn, among others. A medical outreach with distribution of drugs. Kike Lomo Okeri, Global Television News.
The Lagos State Police Command has detected a fake sachet water manufacturing factory operating with another brand name registered by the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control in the Oluwole market area of Lagos. The command's spokesman, SP Benjamin Hundeyin, posted this on his verified X handle, formerly known as Twitter, while confirming the arrest of the suspect. Hundeyin commended the people of Lagos for providing the police with the information leading to the operation and for safeguarding the health of Lagosians. The National Orientation Agency has urged residents in Jigawa to be vigilant and heed safety measures to mitigate flooding. The NOA director in the state, Malam Ahmed Ibrahim, stated this in a statement by his spokesperson, Sarah Ogodo. It said the call was imperative, sequel to the National Flood Early Warning Systems, which indicated that the state is likely to experience downpours in the coming weeks. The Jigawa State Council of Chiefs and the Christian Association of Nigeria has called on the Nigerian government to address the hardship in the country. The groups gave the advice at a town hall meeting in Duse, the state capital, attended by Governor Umar Namadi, students and trade union leaders. They asked residents of the state not to join the planned street protest, warning that it could trigger a breakdown of law and order. The CAN chairperson in Jigawa, Maurice Hassan, urged the government to set a market price stabilizing mechanisms to check arbitrary hikes in food prices. You're watching the News Express, coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on Star Times, channel 276, and we're on DSTV, channel 365. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using @GlobalTVNG and other handles now showing on your screen. When the News Express returns, Senate passes 70,000 naira new minimum wage bill. We'll bring you this and other stories right after this break. Do stay with us. Many thanks for staying with us. Now, if you've just joined us, this is Global Television, bringing you live broadcast of the News Express. In business, the president of Dangote Group, Aliko Dangote, has made an offer to sell the Dangote refinery to the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation Limited. Speaking in an exclusive interview, he expressed his willingness to sell the refinery to address allegations of monopoly in the industry. He stated that if the NNPCL takes over the refinery, the allegations of monopoly would no longer be valid. The Group Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, Mele Kyari, says he does not own a blending plant outside Nigeria. Kyari stated this while reacting to claims by the president of the Dangote Group, Alhaji Aliko Dangote, that some officials of the NNPC have blending plants in Malta. Despite the crisis surrounding his $20 billion refinery, Dangote had said some of the terminals of the NNPC people and traders have opened blending plants somewhere off Malta. Kyari stated that he does not own or operate any business directly or by proxy anywhere in the world, with the exception of a local mini-agric venture. Oil marketers have projected a landing cost of 1,117 naira per litre for premium motor spirit, popularly called petrol. The monthly subsidy on the commodity has increased to about 707 billion naira. It was also gathered that as the Dangote Petroleum Refinery begins petrol production in August, the company might export the products following the crude oil supply crisis and other regulatory challenges confronting the $21 billion firm. The Monetary Policy Committee of the Central Bank of Nigeria has raised the monetary policy rates by 50 basis points from 26.25% to 26.75%. Governor of the Central Bank, Olayemi Cardoso, said the continuous hike in rates was based on Nigeria's persistent hike in food and core inflation, calling on the fiscal authorities to immediately address inflationary pressures. The organized private sector has warned against a hike in interest rates as the Central Bank of Nigeria's Monetary Policy Committee continues its meeting in Abuja today. This is the fourth committee meeting of 2024, and at the end of every meeting before now, the committee has increased the benchmark interest rate in a bid to tame the rise in inflation. The last increase was in May when the monetary policy rate was hiked to 26.25% from 24.75%. The House of Representatives Committee's chairman on delegated legislation, Femi Bamishile, revealed that the diversion of the federal government palliatives by state governments could be one of the main reasons behind the youth's anger and the proposed nationwide planned protests. He advised those planning to protest over harrowing hardship being experienced in the country to engage in dialogue with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's government. The Director General of the National Automotive Design and Development Council, Joseph Osanikpe, has called for collaboration among key players in the automotive industry to enable the achievement of smooth manufacturing of Nigerian-made vehicles. The NADDC DG said the industry was capable of employing millions of Nigerian youths if properly explored, as the industry was as vital as oil in the country. Osanikpe stated this during a recent working visit to vehicle assemblies plants in Lagos. The federal government says it expects the renewable energy sector to contribute about 9,000 megawatts of power supply to the country by year 2030 as part of the general vision to end energy poverty in Nigeria. The Minister of Power, Chief Adebayo Adelabu, who disclosed this in Abuja at the opening of a summit on accelerated scale-up of renewable and distributed energy resources in Nigeria, organized by the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, NEC, said the government was determined to ensure provision of affordable and reliable power supply to industries and other institutions. On the foreign scene, the death toll from a landslide in southern Ethiopia has risen to at least 146, warning that the number could rise. The landslide occurred around 10 a.m. on Monday following heavy rains in a mountainous area of South Ethiopia regional state. The last toll given was 55. Vice President Kamala Harris has secured the support of a majority of Democratic delegates to become the party's nominee for president. Reports say she had received the endorsement of more than the 1,976 delegates needed to win the nomination in the first round of voting. This means Harris is on course to be crowned the party's.
And it is my intention to go out and earn this nomination and to win. Predators who abused women, fraudsters who ripped off consumers, cheaters who broke the rules for their own gain. So hear me when I say, I know Donald Trump's type.
This means Harris is on course to be crowned the party's standard bearer and take on Republican Donald Trump in November's presidential election. Police were out in force on the empty streets of the Ugandan capital Kampala ahead of a planned anti-corruption rally that has been banned by the authorities. President Yoweri Museveni, who has ruled the East African country with an iron fist for almost 4 decades, had warned the demonstrators at the weekend they were playing with fire. Police say 3 opposition lawmakers were remanded in custody after opposition leader Bobby Wine said his National Unity Platform headquarters was under siege by police and army officers. The call to action over corruption has been organized online, drawing inspiration from the mostly Gen Z-led anti-government protests in neighboring Kenya that have ruled the country for a month. In sports, Victor Osimhen playing one more season at Napoli looks increasingly imminent due to reports of emergent twist in his move to Paris Saint-Germain. The Nigeria striker has been the subject of a move away from Napoli this summer, but his 130 million euros release clause has scared off suitors from his preferred destination. The English Premier League, PSG, reignited their interest in the player last week, and this week was expected to be decisive in the transfer. Scott Buys are set to auction off Diego Maradona's match-won 1986 World Cup semi-final shirt, which has an estimated value of between £620,000 and £926,000. Maradona scored twice during the semi-final, helping Argentina beat Belgium 2-0 at Estadio Azteca before leading his side to victory in the final of the tournament against West Germany. Andy Murray has confirmed his determination to retire from tennis after the 2024 Paris Olympics. The 37-year-old is planning to play. Chelsea has left Trevor Chalobah out of their squad for the pre-season tour of the United States, with the defender now likely to look for a move away. Chalobah, despite taking part in Enzo Maresca's training sessions this summer, is said to have been told to stay at home in a shock snub, leaving his future uncertain. Mikel Arteta has admitted upgrades are needed across his squad if Arsenal is to win the Premier League, as the club closes on in signing Ricardo Calafiori. The Gunners play Bournemouth and Manchester United this week in Los Angeles before facing off against Liverpool in Philadelphia next week in their US pre-season tour. As we end News Express on Global Television, here's a quick look at some of our major headlines. Senate passes 70,000 naira new minimum wage bill. Mob attack new Nigerian People's Party lawmaker at event attended by Bayero. Tinubu seeks amendment of Police Act. On the foreign scene, Uganda mobilizes police ahead of rally. Death toll from Ethiopia landslide rises to 146. In sports, Diego Maradona's iconic match-won 1986 World Cup semi-final shirt is set to go up for auction. Andy Murray to retire after Paris Olympics. And that's it on the News Express, and it came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times channel 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms using @GlobalTVNG and other handles now showing on your screen. I'm Queen Agaba. Thank you for watching and see you again.